You can say lots of things. Apparently, we are actually now live simultaneously on the Tube of You and the Book of Face. So over to you, fine people. What's going on here?
Good evening, and welcome to our very first edition of Witchware Wednesday. And tonight for Witchware Wednesday, coming to you from the Awareness Shop, is Fenix Flames Publishing.
Yay! Yeah, but who are they?
Ashley.
Hello.
And Angela.
Hello.
Hello. And we have
Got a bunch
Fenix Flames.
Oh,
Flames books.
We're going to talk about them, yes, because these guys are publishers. They have a publishing company. And Eileen Totten says, hello, Eileen. You guys should be able to see the comments on your computer as well, can you? So you can say hi if you recognize somebody. And Aldona Pilmanis says hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, hello guys. I don't know whether you can see.
I can't see the
Have I
comment.
disappeared?
Hello.
Have I disappeared? Because I can only see either the comments or the screen. So.
Oh well, that's tricky then. Well, I'll be the annoying voice behind the camera who will chime in and throw questions at people. If people ask questions, I'll do that. Because Brigitte, Rougier sounds like a French name, so I should say it with an outrageous accent. Says, hello, everyone. How's your evening going?
It's going very
Hello,
well.
everyone.
And we are here with Witchware Wednesday. And we have Patricia Crowther's books and Philip Pesselton's new book from Fenix Flames. And the guests that you see are coming to you live from the UK. And you can ask them questions if you'd like about Patricia or Philip or their book publishing company.
Everybody's holding up books. They're holding up books.
Well, come prepared, yeah.
There's a new one. We've got. Yes, it is apparently. So, go on, Ed. Somebody start talking. I'm just a camera dude. This is supposed to be some content.
Other questions?
Other questions? Yes. What is the meaning of
gonna be
life,
like an
the universe, and
interrogation,
everything?
The number 33.
I'd like to state that I am not now and have never been a member of the Wicca. That's.
He's not now or has never been what?
A member of any Wiccan organization, I think. It's just, right. Yeah, lying like a cheap watch. That's what we like.
Hey, I mean, while we're being silly, I've just discovered that that the way that this technology works is in reverse. It's mirror imaged. So if I move my head to the left on the screen, it moves to the right. I'm finding that a bit disturbing.
Yeah,
trying to frame myself up in the middle of the shot.
No, don't. We should apologize to any small children watching. Just to be on the safe side. Oh gosh. It says tap on a comment to show it on screen. So if somebody's got a real good comment, I can tap it and it will appear on your screen.
Well, the first question should be, who is Patricia Crowther?
Well, why not? Go on then.
Take it away, Ashley.
So Patricia Crowther. Patricia Crowther was Gerald Gardner's last high priestess before he died. She was married to a man called Arnold Crowther, who was Gerald's good friend. In fact, it was Arnold who introduced Gerald Gardner to Aleister Crowley in the last years of Crowley's life. And Arnold went on to marry Patricia, and she was Patricia Dawson before. And Gerald and Patricia got on really well, and she was his last working high priestess before Gerald died in 1964. And I think Patricia is now the only surviving high priestess of Gerald Gardner.
Yeah,
wow.
I agree.
Tells you kind of what she did, but what she is, or who she is she's a really nice but sharp-minded and very, very clever lady who lives in Sheffield in the slightly north part of England, where she's lived for many years. Hence the name of her coven being the Sheffield Coven. And Patricia's a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, and was a good friend of the founder of Fenix Flames Publishing, Sarah. She's also a very well recognised high priestess, and by her own admission, can be quite intractable and irascible. basically
We like
you
intractability.
don't mess with Patricia Crowther, and that's a good thing. And she's a lovely person, and we have a lot of laughs. And I haven't seen her throughout this lockdown and pandemic business, and it's been bad. But I speak to her every week religiously. I'm on Patricia's friends phone list. If you become friends with Patricia, then you get a slot on the phone list, and she'll say, as she said to me, and she said to Sarah, give me a ring anytime, Wednesday at 10 every week.
Don't be late, apparently. Love it.
Oh, I wouldn't be late
So
for
my
Patricia.
alarm goes off every week, and I speak to Patricia some weeks. Sometimes she's not around, and I speak to her and Ian, and she still thinks about craft, and she can still recite rituals and poetry. She can't. She's elderly. She's 93, which is a good age to be if you are interested in Aleister Crowley and Thelema. And oh gosh, I'm getting. I forgot to turn the notifications off on my phone, so I'm getting messages. Now, yes, so that's a good book to start with for Patricia, because the Zodiac Experience, which is this book here that everyone's now displaying on the screen.
Brilliant. 3 copies.
Patricia
should probably buy 3 copies.
It's one of
I don't
Patricia's.
know if you know this, but her old radio show.
It's one of
is on
Patricia's
YouTube.
favorite subjects. Sorry.
I was saying that her radio show is
Someone
on
else is talking.
YouTube, and you
Sorry.
can hear her recite the different zodiac rituals.
Yeah. Yeah,
For
you
Yes,
can.
quite a number of years ago, they put together audio things. Yeah. One of the things that I have done with some of my trainees in the craft is that we work through these every time the sun moves into a new sign. We sit and we literally do the meditations, and her audio voiceover things are really good for doing that. It's a great way to work through the year, and it's a great way to get to learn the zodiac. She's extremely knowledgeable, and again, just on a personal note, if you ever, well, I mean, I don't know how that's going to work out now, but those who visit Patricia, you better be armed with the knowledge of what your sun sign is, what your rising sign is, what your moon sign is, because if you don't know, she'll get you.
Yeah. I remember she asked, the first time I met Patricia, I've met her twice, and the first time I met Patricia, the first thing she asked me, I was introduced by somebody who was training under her at the time, and she literally said to me, what's your zodiac sign, what's your moon rising, and what's your sun sign? And I didn't know 2 of them, and she said, well, you better go away and research it then, hadn't you? And I was like, okay.
You're
no
Taurus,
problem.
and what is your rising sign?
I still don't know. and I know if I ever meet Patricia again, I'm going to have to go fully armed. So, yeah, I'm still not sure what my rising sign is. I do really need to research that, and I will do at some point.
Well, you see, I've got a get-out clause.
Ashley's a little breaky up, so
I
I'm
have a
just
bit
going
of
to
a
fill in.
get-out clause on that one, because
oh dear,
he definitely has a get-out clause.
He's get-out clause. Ashley, you broke up very
can you hear
badly
me?
there, so
yes,
a little bit now. You're having a little bit of problem with the audio, and you stuttered a bit there. So tell us about your get-out clause.
How is it now?
Oh dear.
Can you hear me now?
Well, can you hear me now? Yes.
Can
just
you hear
about.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go for it. Do it all in mime.
Yeah, that is my get-out clause, pretending that the.
Okay, you must have heard him. I didn't hear that. What did he say, Angela?
I didn't quite hear him. I just heard that's his get-out clause, that his internet goes or something.
Oh, that's all it is. That's his get-out clause. So this is all a ruse. You mine a dodgy internet, young sir, very well, if you don't mind me saying. I shall try that. The next extremely boring meeting I find myself stuck in, I'll try that one. So, gosh, let's say hello to some people who are watching this. Chris Lopez says hello, Lisa, Anton, and Angela. And don't forget Ashley. You can't see me. I'm behind the camera. And Tina says hello, everyone. Pia Morgan says hi all. Hope you're okay. Nessa Elliott says, good evening to everyone. Susan Perez says, hello. And Chris Lopez says, ooh, a new book. Well, yes. Obviously one for your collection,
So
Chris.
these books are from Fenix Flames Publishing in the UK. And the Patricia Crowther books are $17 each. But if you want to buy all 3 of them in a package, we'll do 3 for $45. And then Philip Heselton's New Forest Coven book is $20.
So do we want to do something like insane for tonight? If people are watching us, can we do some like free shipping or something on these books?
We could do free shipping.
All right. So if you order in the course of this broadcast tonight,
and you're in the continental USA.
Yeah. You know, we're not going to ship these back to the UK. Okay.
Good catch.
No, because it costs $38 to ship one book to England.
So Chris wants yes all 3.
Okay.
So Chris, you're going to get all 3. That's not a problem. We can put those on one side. Give us a shout, whatever, and we'll stick them in the post for you if you need them mailed. I don't know about Chris. Is she local? Is she?
I don't know. I think she's about an hour away.
Oh, local then. Local.
Ish.
It's a local shop for local people.
Yes. Big fan in.
Stop it now. And David Moore says such deals. We do deals.
We do deals. We do.
You said do.
Well, the thing is, you can't buy these in the U.S. very easily.
Well, you can from
us.
us.
Get them on Amazon, I suppose, and give Jeff Bezos some more money, but he doesn't really need any more money. Let's go.
Ashley's just covering up his mouth when you said Amazon and Jeff Bezos there or something. I don't know. We would never
So I
cast
think
aspersions.
Is it lit off the cauldron, Ashley? That
Oh, it was
has...
doo-doo. Someone's
Doo-doo?
got a rude word.
Is it
Someone's
lit
got
off
a-
the cauldron that has...
Randomly just come out with a doo-doo.
Come on now. Is it lit off the cauldron that has the story of the Grand Coven that stopped Hitler?
Operation Cone of Par.
Please.
He's going to stop now. Come on, Ashley. Oh, he's disappeared. No, he's back. He's here. This is challenging. I love it when technology works.
It's very
really
difficult. I wonder whether to go away and try and rejoin.
Well, you could do that if you're having extreme dodginess with your intertubes, because it does seem to be just you, unfortunately. He's gone, but he'll be back. A word from our sponsors, meanwhile.
So anyway, I think it's in this book, Lit Off the Cauldron.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in this book, yeah.
I think it's in here. There's no index, so I can't look up Hitler and find it very easily. But here's a picture of Patricia. That's a great picture of Patricia.
It is. There she is.
There is some amazing pictures of Patricia in this book, actually. More so, actually, in the Stagecraft Witchcraft, there's a lot more photos of Patricia. I mean, that is a stunning photo of Patricia.
It is beautiful.
How
Yes.
beautiful she is. You know,
So
and then a picture of her on holiday later on. So
See, I never had the honor of meeting Patricia as yet, and who knows if I will. But a very striking woman, so I'm told. Physically striking, yeah.
She's still very amazing. You can see again on YouTube. There's something called a day for Patricia, and she stands up and recites some wonderful words from memory.
yeah, she's still sharp as a whip. Patricia is. She's still so sharp. And the day for Patricia was actually a really, really good day that Ashley had part in organising, and it was such an honour to be there. It's one of the times that I actually met Patricia, and she was just so lovely and accommodating, and she donated so many of her treasures that day to the raffle, and I think everybody pretty much walked home with a piece of Patricia's stuff that day with the amount of stuff she donated, and I think it did really well, didn't it? A day for Patricia was an amazing day. I really, really enjoyed it. Are you back?
Ashley is back, but I don't know whether he's any better.
Can you hear me now? I'm back. Better.
Sort of, but your video's a little bit sketchy still. But you know, it's all right.
We'll see. Patricia sent to me before today.
It's got to be in her other book. This one has the planetary rights in it, right? The right to the different planets, Saturn, Jupiter. But where is the story of the Grand Coven that stopped Hitler? I thought it was in Lit Off the Cauldron, but it's not.
I thought it was. I thought it was in the bit about Gerald Gardner.
All right, I'll look again.
No, I think you'll find that's Philip's book. That's Philip's book in the New Forest Coven.
It is this one.
I don't think, unless Patricia told the story.
Well, there is a
there.
part. There is a part on page 50, Lisa.
You got that, Lisa?
Oh, I'm close. I'm on 47.
She reads awful quick. So
yes, on page 50. It was a member of this company, Gerald Gardner, took an Operation Cone of Power in the 40s to stop Hitler invading Britain.
Operation Cone of Power.
Yes. And there's actually a piece that's been written by somebody there as well, wasn't it? Wasn't there?
Well, that's one of your neat books, isn't it?
Yeah.
You might want to tell us about something, Angela.
Well, it said the extraordinary ceremony are quoted from Gerald Gardner Witch by Jack Racelin. So she's actually quoted a part where they talk all about Operation Cone of Power and talk about the slowly directed in the general direction of Hitler, and the command was given: you cannot cross the sea, you cannot cross the sea, you cannot come, you cannot come. And it sort of says the whole sort of process in there. It's a really good read, actually, that section. I really enjoyed reading that. So
Chris,
yeah.
So Julie Jules Santiamagro says, "Good evening, good people." Well, we are pretty good sometimes, except when we're bad, when it's more fun.
Okay.
Mile again. Can you actually hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Please, Ashley, please.
Chris is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we'll mail it then.
Well, she can call in to Jen.
Yeah, give Jen a call. 845-255-5756.
I'll go put these over there.
And we'll get them out to you today. She's run away. Meanwhile, I'll focus on some books. Everybody runs away from me. Have you noticed that? I don't know why that is. Ashley, go on. Tell us all the fun stuff. David says, "I miss you, Ashley and Angela." So I take it David need.
Have you heard now?
You're coming in and out, Ashley.
He does this a lot.
Is that David Moore, Anton?
It is David Moore. I believe. I don't know if you're on a phone or on a computer, but you should be able to see the comments. I believe. Alice says hi all. Hello, Ashley. You remember Alice? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Right. It's. Look, we're starting to get organised. We're a mere 17 minutes and 55 seconds into the broadcast, and we're finally getting organised. Look at that.
All right.
I can see the comments at last. Hello, David. I'm missing you too, darling. Good to see you again soon.
Hi, David. So we've talked a little bit about the Zodiac experience.
Yes.
And we've talked about these rites and rituals on YouTube that you can listen to each time the sun moves into a new sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about Lit Off the Cauldron and how there's planetary rituals in here. So you've got planetary rituals in here, and you've got zodiac sign rituals in here. That's going to really help you deal with the sun and the moon.
I'm just chasing your hand around.
We talked that there is, in the Gerald Gardner section of this book on page 50, the story of the coven called Operation Cone of Power that stopped Hitler from invading.
Yeah.
We didn't talk much about stagecraft and witchcraft.
Stunning picture on that one.
Anybody want to talk about this book?
Well, Ashley's just run away, so it's down to Angela's gonna
it's down to me.
I can read that.
So the first thing you've got to see with this cover, I mean, Patricia is absolutely stunning on the front of this cover.
Absolutely.
And she just looks so natural in amongst the forest and with her wand in her hand, and she just looks amazing. But this particular story is about Patricia's earlier life, actually. It's about her autobiography when she originally got with Arnold, and she was, it talks about her when she got married to Arnold and when she was on the stage as a magician's assistant, basically. And that's why it's called From Stagecraft to Witchcraft. I mean, look at that photo of Patricia. She's just absolutely stunning. Stunning lady. And it also talks about when she met Gerald and her friendship with Gerald in there as well. So there's quite a lot of information about Patricia's earlier life and about Patricia's growing up and meeting Arnold and meeting Gerald and her stage, being on the stage. I mean, there's a beautiful photo in here of her with an accordion, I think it was.
I never met her in person, and I'm very sad about that. And I really wish that when I was living in the UK, I really wished I had the opportunity to meet her, or even Doreen for that matter. I never got to meet Doreen either. But I think that when you do have that energy in you of being on the stage, it translates very well to hosting the goddess, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to be the goddess in ritual and take on that persona, if you have some kind of stage presence, it's much easier to maintain your person while you are hosting, one of the old gods. So I could imagine that she was quite I don't know if formidable is really the right word, but quite an intense.
I think it is.
To be in ritual with, by looking at these pictures and reading the stories of her life and just listening to the recordings, and then, like I said, seeing that video of a day for Patricia, I imagine that in ritual with her, it was quite mesmerizing. I don't know if I'm really translating this as I mean it, but when you are high priestess, you are taking on the goddess, and it is your responsibility to present that goddess to the coven, and vice versa, present the coven to the goddess in a sense. So I imagine that she kind of had that down, I'm thinking.
I think in spade loads.
Yeah, I think she probably did. I mean, Ashley, are you back now? Can you talk?
He's
only.
Can you hear
he
me?
seems. Oh
We
yes,
can
we
hear
just
you.
did.
Can I be heard?
Yes.
The floor is yours, Ashley.
Can you actually hear me clearly? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
oh well, I was going to say yes. Patricia is formidable. The stage presence thing is definitely true. Yes, she's a natural performer. She always has been. We've been at her house and we've had the accordion out and had some laughs and giggles, and she's a remarkable lady. What I wanted to say, what you were talking about earlier on the day for Patricia. Patricia's eyesight's been failing for many years. She's and her hearing as well, which happens to us when we get on. And she memorizes. She can't read because she can't see in front of her face. So the poem then was all from memory, and she's remarkable for that sort of thing. She's a remarkable lady. She's a really
again, that's the stage.
Even if you didn't know anything about witchcraft or magic, you know that you were in the presence of.
Yeah, she definitely has that energy and that presence that when you're with her, you can feel that energy from her straight away, and you know that she's just got it. It's just there, I have just noticed that people are asking where they can order the book from. Sorry to interrupt the flow, but
all right, no problem at all. I didn't want to interrupt while Ashley and you were speaking because I get told off because I interrupt all the time. So can you put three books for Susan Perez? She'd like all three.
Okay.
That we can do.
3 for 45.
Yes, that is. We've got 3 for 45 tonight. David would like to know how to order the lovely books. David, are you this side of the pond? If you're this side of the pond, we're going to ship them to you for free tonight, so you'll get free shipping. If you're on Ashley and Angela's side of the pond, you're probably better off.
Talking it out.
She's shaking her head. So, Angela, you know where David is?
Yeah.
He's in America, yeah.
He's in America, right.
Yeah. All right, then.
David, so the best thing to do, 845-255-5756. Just give us a call. We'll get your details on the system, and you can have all 3 books. Is it for 45 tonight? And we'll give you free shipping tonight. Okay? And look at this empty chair. That's because she's run off to go and put books in people's hands. So that's marvelous.
Fabulous.
Chris is going to call tonight as well. And David's in Louisiana, USA. David, you get free shipping. Just give us a shout if you can.
Packing the orders already.
Yeah, 845-255-5756. I think that's like 12 books we've sold so far.
No,
if I'm not
9.
Fabulous.
Well, no, you've got Susan, David, Chris, and somebody else.
Oh, I didn't hear anybody else.
I'm an idiot. Yep, that's right. 845-255-5756, David. That's exactly right. And yeah, we'll give you free shipping as well. So Chris is going to give us a shout. You got the number.
Chris,
David, Susan, and there was somebody else, I thought. I
There
have
was
to go back.
Tonight's the only night we'll give free shipping, so call in.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just you three so far. So if there's anybody else,
So now we've talked about these. Let's have a talk about this book.
Well, actually, this is a good crossover. There's a good segue. David has a question. I'm going to see if I can actually tap his comment to put it onto the screen so you guys can see it, because it says tap a comment and it will appear on screen. So can you read that there? It says, traditionally, that operation to defeat Hitler in England was also called the Great Right. Now, I didn't know that by many, and I've only heard Operation Bonaparte a few times, just saying. So anybody want to throw some meat on that?
I never heard it called Great Right.
No, me neither.
I've never heard it called the Great Right either. Have you, Ash?
Yeah, I understand. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Not as that. No, can I be heard? I still don't know whether I can hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So, as I understand it, that it was referred to in certain circles, according
Oh, bollocks.
to Doreen Valiente in certain.
This
In
is
certain
annoying.
in Doreen. Was that?
According to Doreen, that and some of his.
Oh, I'm
Carry
so
on.
sorry. I'm so sorry you're having a rough time with your internet.
Bizarre.
It's annoying. I don't know if you can get closer to your router or something like that, maybe.
I don't
know
think there's
whether-
anything wrong with my internet. It's
weird.
I've got
Everybody
no
else is
problem
fine.
with signal. I've just checked my internet fast. Everything's good. I think there must be a router or a server somewhere from where I am that's causing a problem.
It is really, really windy in the
other
UK
wire
tonight.
network that I've got in my house, and that didn't make any difference.
Do
Yeah,
you
I
ever
don't
noticed
know.
any black vans parked outside your house lately? You
Oh, it's windy,
paying
yeah.
Particular attention.
Always.
It is really,
Always,
really windy in the
always
UK
there.
tonight, so it could be the winds. Hiya,
Oh.
Leslie.
So, we have new comments. Let's go down
I
there.
live on
So-
the highest Nottinghamshire.
Oh, Leslie's
apparently.
down.
To answer David, I've never heard that called the Great Right. The Great Right is usually
To answer
something that's
David, that
referred
they
to-
used to call it the Great Fuck Off Ritual.
Well, that's sort of similar.
All right.
Going forth and multiplying, eh?
When you say that.
Apparently, that's how Gerald referred to it.
Well,
That's
call
what
a
we used to
spade a
call
shovel.
it,
That's what I say.
referred
Pamela
to it
Longley
as
wants
glory.
all 3 books, please.
Okay.
So that's 12. We've sold 12 tonight on our amazing QVC shopping channel.
Hello, Miss Alice.
I think
Chris
Alice
was
is probably
asking how
coming
much
for.
the other book Lisa was holding. Is it this one, Chris?
New Forest Coven. That's where we're at now.
That's
Yes.
where we're at now, yes. This is Pam. Okay.
It's for Pam Longley.
Yeah. So was it the New Forest Coven, Chris, that you were asking how much that one was? Hello,
yeah.
Leslie.
Oh, the New Forest Coven. Just hold on a second. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find the price. How much is the New Forest Coven, Lisa? She's run away. Well, ask the empty chair. Empty chair.
Ask the empty chair what?
Empty chair. How much is this book?
$20.
$20 is this book. And again, if you want this one tonight, we'll give you free shipping for it. So there you go. Unless you're in the UK, then we won't.
Yeah.
So,
$38 to mail Christopher one with his books.
all right. And Leslie Ann Brewster says, hello, darlings.
Hello,
Hello. It's a
Oh, we
wonderful
love you,
book.
Leslie.
It's a wonderful book. Tell us all about this. Hopefully, Ashley's trying to rewire something in his
All
house
right.
at the moment.
It says, In 1954, a book was published which claimed that the author Gerald Gardner had been initiated into a witch coven in the New Forest of England in 1939.
Yes.
Many dismissed his claims, but Philip Heselton, who has been investigating the story for over 20 years, is convinced that what Gardner wrote was essentially true. He has found that the coven was started by a group of esoteric intellectuals in the early 20th century who believed in reincarnation and that they had been witches in previous lifetime. Philip Heselton has uncovered the likely membership of the coven and has brought them to life as never before. This is a picture of Philip.
He's cool.
He is. He's
We
a
had
great
the pleasure of having him on.
witch historian.
Yes.
He
And
did a virtual book signing for us.
Yes, he did.
yeah, and Philip is such a nice man. He's got such a soft way with him, but he literally listens and takes everything in. You know, he's so intelligent and he just soaks in everything. And when you talk to him about magic and things like that, he's got so much knowledge there and he just knows what he's talking about. And I could listen to Philip for hours and hours and hours. He's such a lovely, lovely man.
He is. And as you say, Angela, he so knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most incredible historian. I mean, I know it's not carried by your company, but this is another book that he wrote by Doreen Valiente. And it is, honestly, this is, I would class, honestly, an authoritative work. It should be.
Doreen was one of Gerald Gardner's high priestesses as well.
Oh, in case you didn't know, yeah.
In case you didn't know.
Kind of like the mother of modern witchcraft.
I think there's a picture in one of Trish's books where it's her and Doreen working together at one point.
Wow, that would be cool. And that's in one of Patricia's books, you say?
Yeah, I'm sure it's in one of the books. I can't remember whether it's off the lid or if it's in her.
Here you go. Here you go.
There you go.
That's it. It's on page 229
of the Doreen Valiente witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost memorized this book.
Doreen and Patricia were very good
No,
friends.
no.
Very good friends.
Honestly, I so wish I could have met
There's-
Doreen. I really
That one
do.
on. That one is on page 158 of Stagecraft and Witchcraft.
Oh, it's on 158 in that book too. Perfect.
I think that's a different
So,
picture that's there.
Chris wants to add one of these.
Oh, this is a much closer.
Oh, there you go. That's a nice picture, that one. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I imagine they got on well together.
There's that picture in there as well.
I had the pleasure of talking with Janet Farrar one time, and she said, "Oh, you know, you would have loved Doreen." And I said, "I do love Doreen." All right, I'm going to go put this on Chris.
That's for Chris. So we'll talk about the empty chair sometime. And apparently, Ashley is now frantically rewiring his entire house. He's trying to remove the bugs that have been planted by the MI5 or whoever's taking keen interest in his activities nowadays.
Yeah, I can't talk about that. It's small secret.
No, it's probably best not to speak about it at all.
Can you hear me now?
Over it.
We can hear you, Ashley.
Oh, David, you are shameless. We love you.
Frustrating.
Let me put David's comment on screen. You know this guy? He is shameless. Oh, wrong one.
Gremlins.
That one.
Yeah, I know. Who's next? The phone line isn't tied up anymore. Hint, hint. Love your work, David. Loving it.
Yes, you should work. You should work for us, David. You're shameless. We like it. We like shameless agitators. You fit in well. All right. John says gremlins. So yes, I think this is John Shelley's John. I don't know whether it's Shelley or John, but it's there you go.
Sag John.
Could be. Could well be. So if you haven't got these books, by the way, we've got a special deal on them tonight. You can get all three of the Patricia's books for $45 for all three, and we'll give you free shipping, but you don't need it because you're in here all the time. And the Philip Heselton's book is $20. Yes. $20. Gotta love it.
Your finest dollars.
Finest dollars.
And this is $22.95 from Llewellyn.
It's a Llewellyn.
No, sorry, $19.99.
$19.99.
We're here featuring Fenix Flames.
We are featuring Fenix Flames.
Because Philip, who is a Fenix Flames author, is on the table, we thought
We're perfectly happy for you to sell any of Philip's books. He's one of our authors, and we do want him to do well, no matter what. And there's a lot of good historical knowledge in that book as well, so about Doreen. So, it's a very, very good book. Right.
So listen, tell us a bit of the story as how Fenix Flames Publishing came to be. I know it, but it's a really, really touching story, and it's like it's where good overcomes, and it's worth sharing with people if you don't mind, Angela. Well,
no, of course not.
His entire house.
Of course not. Well, me and Sarah, Sarah actually, who was Ashley's partner, and she was my business partner in the Fenix Flames side of Fenix Flames. And the candle
make candles together.
Yep, candle making, herbal incense. We do little jars of herbal incense, oils. We do all sorts of stuff with that. And there's a really good story about me and Sarah actually creating the recipes for the incenses. Actually, we actually spent one Sunday afternoon, and I got all my herbs out of all my jars, which I don't think you can see it from there, but I've got a full Welsh dresser full of jars of herbs. And me and Sarah literally sat one Sunday afternoon with all my jars out and a picnic table, and we just made about 30 different recipes of herbal incense up together to start Fenix Flames off. And we literally, for about 4 or 5 hours, was just burning herbs and trying different recipes and trying to make them right. And after about 4 hours, my partner came down the stairs and told us to open the back door because it was too smoky and the cats were stoned.
and me and Sarah, a little bit of sacred herbs here and there.
No, and me and Sarah kind of looked at each other and went, "It is a bit like that, isn't it?" And we just all of a sudden went, "Should we get the cookies out?" But unfortunately, Sarah passed away, and it was a big shock, and it was very sudden, and nobody was expecting it. And one of the things Sarah was actually doing at the time was getting lid off the cauldron into a place where she could actually print it as Fenix Flames Publishing. And
right.
Unfortunately, she never got round to actually doing it, but she was in the process. It was pretty much already done, ready to go. The work you see on Lid of the Cauldron is mainly Sarah's work, and Ashley decided he wanted to carry on with the publishing side of it, and he pushed for us to set it up as Fenix Flames Publishing. So that's how Fenix Flames Publishing came into effect, and we think that Sarah would be so proud of how much happened with Fenix Flames and Fenix Flames Publishing, and she'll be so happy right now. And Ashley's put in so much work to get the books out and to get them looking as good as they do. I mean, he jokes that I do all the sales and marketing, and I do, but without his work in the background, these books would never look as good as they do. And he's done such a great job, and Sarah would be so proud of him, and so proud of what we've achieved. And without her there, we would have never have got to this stage. She was an amazing lady, and she's very much missed. Very much missed.
And it's also an incredible way to preserve.
It's all right.
Preserve Patricia's work as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to mention this, but one of the wrongs that you righted, I know that the previous publisher of Patricia had run into decline. One of the owners of the company had passed away, and things had gone from sort of bad to worse there. I mean, not trying to apportion any blame, but I know, well, now we know that, yeah, but I know she really didn't receive any royalties for a very, very, very long period of time. And I know you guys have made good on that to her, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I mean, it really is.
Sarah was horrified. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I be heard still?
Yes.
Or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Sarah was horrified to discover. Gone now.
Go on, Ash.
Sarah was horrified to discover.
Tell him to just use his audio and not his
And
video.
Ash.
We're hearing you. We're hearing you, Ashley. Keep going.
Let me try that.
Okay, just try audio for a while.
Oh, okay. How about that? Can you hear me now?
That's great, Ash.
Yeah, I'm just trying that. Can you actually hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sarah was horrified to discover that the world of publishing was kind of littered with examples of authors who didn't get their royalties paid on time and things weren't being done properly. And there might be various reasons for that, but she promised Patricia that she would get her books back into print. The other problem was some of them had gone out of print. And she promised Patricia that she would do that before Patricia passed on. And that was Patricia's kind of dying wish. And no one, Patricia especially, could have imagined that it would be the other way around. And so, what could Angela and Angela is Sarah's best friend and me as her partner and in life and spirit and everything. What else could we do other than honour Sarah's promise to Patricia and get the books out? So that's what we did.
A wonderful, wonderful thing. And Leslie says Sarah so esteemed the authors. It really was an act of love on her part. And I think so. I think so. And, that is the acid test of anything in this world. If it's true, if it's right, if it's honourable, are you coming at it from a place of love? And there's no question that, it's palpable with you guys, Ashley and Angela, how much that you hold your authors in such high esteem. And this really is a work of love for you. So props to you guys, definitely, for what you're doing. It's good, I think it's about
thanks
time
for that. Thank
really
you. I mean, I think
that.
we really do. Yeah. I mean, the other lesson that Sarah was a very remarkable young lady, and she was very determined that she was going to do this thing for Patricia. And I think it's just worth saying that at her young age, she, with a little help from me, but you didn't have to spend long teaching Sarah anything. She never asked twice. Once she'd shown Sarah how to do something, she was pretty good at it. She taught herself how to do book layouts. She'd already edited a couple of books for the Doreen Valiente Foundation. She provided a great deal of support with the Doreen Valiente biography that you've got there. She did a lot of proofreading and she did some of the layout work. So she basically taught herself how to be a publisher. She was that determined that she was going to do the right thing for Patricia and get those books into print that she learned how to do it. And to me, that's another lesson to learn. You do things from a place of love, but you figure out how to do stuff properly, and nothing's impossible. And Sarah was, Angela will back this up, and Leslie Ann in the chat. Sarah was very humble. She was a very quiet person. She was happy to sit in the background. She never particularly chased the limelight. And everybody who knew her knew that she was just sitting there controlling the whole world, and she was brilliant and genius and clever and highly intelligent and very capable. And it was all those other things that were, they were all bits of Sarah that we loved still. They were all parts of Sarah's personality that was, I don't want to make her, I don't want to make her out to be a saint, because nobody is. But she really was a very remarkable individual. And so she said to herself, well, if Patricia's books are not in print, then I will learn to be a publisher, start a publishing company, and I will publish them. And that's what she did.
That's one hell of a determined individual, that right there.
She was very determined, and she was very, very intelligent.
She had a spreadsheet.
Yeah, for everything.
Literally. She had a spreadsheet.
You could guarantee that if
Sarah's our life.
Sorry, go on, Ashley.
Spreadsheet.
Our life was run on spreadsheets by Sarah.
That's it. Apparently,
no, seriously, I'm not joking.
Isn't it?
Things are nailed down. Yep. Data processing, input, knowledge, information, and it's true in the craft, and it's true in magic too. That you can't get enough knowledge and information. You take the information in, you process it, you experience it, you make your decision on it, you analyze it, and then you move on to some more data and chew through some more things. Patricia said to Sarah very early in Sarah's craft journey, she said, I think you should read a lot of books. If I've got one piece of advice, it's read everything. And Sarah just took that advice completely to heart.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try and show you some of the books
Oh, wow.
that's in our bookcase. This is just Sarah
like...
collected these books. I mean, there's one. There's another shelf. Yeah. So let me say, Sarah read. She's got a reading list, the craft reading list for our trainees, and she read all the books on it. And she could read a book in like unbelievable space of time. She went through about 300 books in 3 years.
Wow.
Can you imagine reading 100 books a year? All those magical. She used to say to me, she'd say, the Golden Bough, Fraser's The Golden Bough. It makes me laugh now when I see the reading list. It says, J.G. Fraser, Golden Bough, brackets, not the abridged version, close brackets. And Sarah was just very brilliant.
Oh, God.
Just very
it.
Sarah. And she took Patricia's word to heart and she read all those books and she made copious notes on them. I mean, this is a lesson for Leslie Ann will tell you, this is a lesson for anybody studying for the craft. Be diligent in what you do. And she took notes and she condensed all of her knowledge and then spreadsheeted it all up and learned it and taught herself a lot of things. And I think that's just one of those, I think that's one of the reasons that she was so popular with people like Philip and Patricia. I think they liked her because they respected her and they she had that kind of mindset, and it was in its own way, that kind of, what's the word? Nerdy diligence is really charming.
Yeah. I mean, one of her mottos was, whenever you said to Sarah, "Oh, how do you learn about this?" and she would always say, "Read, and read some more." And then when you think you've read enough, go and read some more. And that's all she used to say. That was her answer whenever you asked her a question.
Yeah, there's a few more books in this other room here as well. Yes.
1 or 2 tomes, yes.
There she is. So, yes. I haven't read them all, and she'd be cross with me for not reading enough. I know she would. But you see, it was quite funny because she used to ask me, she'd say, "What do you make of this chapter in chapter 14 of Golden Bough?" And I say to her, "Sarah, I haven't read that for 30 years. I read it when I was training. I probably haven't picked it up again. I know what it's about, and I know some of the stuff, but I couldn't tell you what's in chapter 14. And you know what she'd say? She'd just sit there and she'd go, "Well, perhaps you'd better read it again then, hadn't you?"
You've been served.
Critical saying.
That's it. Yeah, it's a bit of a dressing down. You know, though, Ashley, I do sympathise because if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, the man is still wrong. I have learned that.
As long as you know that, Anton, it's fine.
I can't condone such misogynistic, patriarchal, and non-gender political incorrectness from you, Anton.
Sorry.
I can.
So anyway, listen, get back to our telly time. So we're here shamelessly plugging. We've got the guys from Fenix Flames Publishing with us. We've got Angela and Ashley, who are lovely, lovely people. And they've got these lovely, lovely books, in case you were wondering what on earth we're all doing this evening, this being Ware Wednesdays. And so any discerning witch would do well to read these books, as Ashley's just said to the counsel that Sarah provided. Read, and read some more, and you would do far worse than reading these. And we have a special deal tonight. You can get all 3 of these books for just $45. If you're anywhere within the continental USA, we will ship them for free. Okay. And Chris, we put your this one with your pile. And David says, Anton, you're absolutely brilliant. I think Lisa might disagree with me.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Until something better comes along. Yeah, right. I love it. Gosh, so time flies. Would you believe we've been? We've only got like 10 minutes left. So we've also sold quite a few books tonight.
Awesome. We'll have to be placing another order.
Yes, we will. We shall hit you up for some more.
So
we can do this. We can do this.
This one.
Yes. Let's talk about New Forest Coven. I will get in on it also.
Fabulous.
It is a
and I'm glad that he's back to this one because he knows far more about George Gardner than I do.
Yeah, well, Philip Heselton is definitely the world's foremost expert on Gerald Gardner and the origins of Wicca and witchcraft, which began in the middle of last century. And Philip's book on his research into the people who were around when Gerald returned to the UK and discovered the craft and was initiated. So this is kind of his first. Although I've known Philip, and those who know Philip will know that he's been researching the subject, and we've talked about it many times. This is him putting down his research notes in digging into that past history of the people who are around. And I've got to tell you, there are people in this book that Philip's picked up who are the most fascinating characters. There are people, there are some incredible people around. There's a guy called Ernie Mason who was clearly a well-known figure of his time. He entertained quite well-to-do people in his little flat. He was a very modest sort of man, but people would go to him for magical advice. And it's clear that Ernie and his sister Susie and some of the others in that crowd were highly knowledgeable people in a magical and occult sense. So there's a real story to dig into the origins. I think the other thing that Philip's proved, I think we forget now because it's taken for granted, but Philip has managed to prove that Gerald Gardner did not make up Wicca. It's an accusation that's been levelled at Gerald for decades. These people were definitely around and were definitely doing something magical related to witchcraft, and that's what they called it, and they brought Gerald into it. Gerald may have carried things forward, but this book goes a very long way to starting to discover and uncover the people who were around before, and they've got some fabulous and fascinating stories. There's some most amazing characters, and of course it also starts to sketch out some of the information that we have got that kind of proves Gerald's great love. And I mean that I think Gerald was in love with Edith Woodford Grimes, Daffo, his initiator. So again, there's that story to read about as well. So and it's fascinating, and it's in typical Philip fashion. It's very, very accurate. He's very careful to reveal his sources and to explain his factuality without being too academic and too sticky dry. And he's also the thing I love about Philip as an author when he writes books like this, and before we finish, I want to tell you about Philip's next book. But the thing about Philip that's so remarkable to me is that he's willing to stick his neck out and express an opinion or speculation, but he's very clear about saying when he does so. And I think that gives Philip's books a life to them that perhaps some history books maybe don't have.
Yeah,
so I respect
I
Philip
think
as an author, and that's one of the things I like.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I would concur completely. There's so many people, authors, journalists alike nowadays that just regurgitate something somebody else has written, don't bother to do the basics of even fact checking. So to have a true treasure in the craft, an incredible historian such as Philip, it's a wonderful thing because he does his homework, and he's made it his entire life, as well you know. And he knows of what he speaks, and what he doesn't know, he doesn't make up. Yeah, I think that's
No, he doesn't. He might well speculate, but he always says so. But you see, Philip's had a new lease of life, and Angela and I are happy to start telling people about what's going on. So we've got another book in the works, and Philip's new lease of life is that extra freedom from his academic research in history. Because there's a book going, it's not, we're only just reading manuscripts, but Philip's been involved with one of our other authors in writing a fiction book, a novel, which is going to, now, Angela is holding up Moira Hodgkinson's Katie Hunter and the Magic Star, which is a children's book. People said, isn't it a bit strange, you guys publishing a children's book? And we said, well, Moira's an author that we know. She's quite well respected. She's perhaps not of the same fame and stature in the authoring world as Philip is, but I'm pleased to be able to tell you folks exclusive information that Philip and Moira have collaborated and have written a novel which is based in the same era or just after Gerald Gardner got involved with the New Forest Coven people, and is in fact a novel about Gerald Gardner and what we were discussing earlier, the great ritual that took place during the war to turn back Hitler's invasion. And
Super.
Anton, of course, will be most disappointed if the title of the book isn't what we think it's going to be under its working title, at the moment, which I'll let Anton in his inimitable accent recite for you. So the exclusive revelation. Wait for it. Get back in line there.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
The
The exclusive revelation that the exclusive to the Awareness Shop and to this broadcast, Philip Heselton and Moira Hodgkinson are writing and have written, and we will publish a book about Gerald Gardner and the great ritual during the war. And the book will be, working title is
Operation Counterpart.
Yes.
Operation Counterpart. There we are. And I can't read it now.
It is
I
a
can't
fiction
even read the words now.
Content, so
it's beautiful.
I can't read those words now without hearing Anton's voice saying it in that accent.
It's amazing. I love it.
Operation Counterpart.
Operation Counterpart. Yes. So marvelous.
So
listen, thank you so much. Wendy says thank you all. No, thank you for joining us, Wendy. And Wendy, if you don't have these books, but you probably do, we got a deal on tonight.
3 for $45.
Or you get all 3 for $45, and you get free shipping. But you know, I'd carry them down to your place. You're that close. Ha ha.
Thank you guys so much. It was our pleasure to host you, and we really missed.
What, are we finished? Is that it?
We missed you terribly. You must.
Is that it? Are
well,
we done? Are we filled up the time?
Well, crazily enough, it's nearly 7:30. Yeah, 7:26 it is. We've got like 4 minutes for somebody to take advantage of this incredible deal on these beautiful quality manuscripts that have been exquisitely produced by the fabulous Fenix Flames Publishing. Get them while they're hot. They're lovely. Yeah. They really are beautiful. Leslie's going, hurrah! I think Leslie's fine.
Hurrah, Operation Counterpart. Operation
Yes,
Counterpart.
It's a very, very rounded operation. I should be loose now. Well done, sir. Very good, very good. No, so seriously, you guys, we're giving you free shipping tonight as well. You can get this incredible book by Philip, The New Forest Coven, which is wonderful. We have Lit Off the Cauldron. We have the Zodiac Experience, Stagecraft to Witchcraft.
Zodiac Experience?
New children's book. Sorry, what? Hoo-ha?
Zodiac Experience?
Well, it is quite
Lit Off the
experiential
Cauldron?
Zodiac. Yes, another 5 titles.
I think we may have
the New Forest Coven.
I think we may have missed Chris saying that he wants to add In Search of the New Forest Coven into his file as well.
I don't know who this David
In Search of the New Forest Coven.
In search of, apparently he found it. So, you know, we have this program over here called, what is it? Finding Bigfoot, but they've not found him yet. They should call it Searching for
You know
Bigfoot.
what? I tuned it. Sarah used to say that, Anton, every time that came on the TV. She said, let's tune in and see if they find him this episode. And you know what? She would used to sit at the end of it and she'd go, oh, they just missed him again. Never, didn't quite. Maybe next episode. Let's tune in again, see if they find him this week.
They should have had some bloke in a trench coat, you know, leaning up against the tree. So, oh, were you looking for him? You just missed him, mate. Sorry.
He's just gone that way.
Just missed him, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. He was here a bit ago.
Lisa's just sitting there.
The thing is,
Lisa's the decorum.
I really don't want to run anybody down. I've got some very good friends in the investigative friends in the paranormal and you know, strange mysteries community, and I would never run anybody down. But you've got to say it does kind of make me smile a little bit that every time that, you know, they've got about 10 seasons of finding Bigfoot, and that the nearest they've got is a few odd noises and a bit of a rustle in some bushes. You know,
I love it,
which
though.
could be, in my vast experience of such things, it could be anything. That
Carol says she's got them all and loves them. Yeah, Carol, they are really good books. Strongly recommend them. So yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't yet got that new children's book that you were showing there. We need to get that one in stock. So and we'll perhaps do another little thing when you get it there. It's Katie. Well, Katie Hunter.
I mean, this is young adults, really. Let's not call it. Yeah, let's call it young adults. It's not really totally children's, but
Yeah, we say between 8 and 12, but it can be read to younger. People have read it to people that are young, children that are younger, and we have got amazing illustrator in Nottingham that's done the illustrations for us and done some amazing illustrations inside as well. So,
oh yeah, John did a beautiful job, didn't he?
Stunning. I mean,
so you're going to tempt everybody. They're going to want that book and they can't order it from us. We haven't got it on the
we can
shelf.
pre-order from you. You can do a pre-order.
They can pre-order from you, and we'll get it shipped over to you guys.
Exactly.
People
They can
normally
pre-order
ask
from
us
you,
on
and we'll
our-
get it shipped over.
People normally ask us on our unboxing videos, so how much is that one going to be? Stop it. And it's the stock answer is it's definitely less than $600.
$599.
Is he playing it, Casey?
I'll be able to buy a new kazoo on that.
Just remember to blow, don't suck.
You know.
I don't know, but I'm about to drop the phone. The man is out of control. Somebody rein him in quickly.
Well, thank you guys for staying up so late because I know it's like 12:30 over there.
I think he needs a nap, actually. I mean, he's overtired.
Really appreciate it. And it was lovely to have you guys as our very first guests on our Witchware Wednesday.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Ashley.
Thank you very much for having us. We're glad to say for all your future guests that we've set the bar nice and low, so that's great. Make life easier for them.
Ah, mate, you wait. I'll push that bar further down, I promise. I'll see your kazoo and I'll raise you. Listen, we love you guys. Thank you so very, very much. It's been an absolute joy.
Thank you, all those
And
lovely
David,
people who've come to the chat room and who've taken the
people
trouble
let
to
you
come
know.
out. We love you.
Yeah,
we
thank
love
you
you
so
right
much,
back.
everyone. Thank you. And I shall see you two
I
again
miss
on
you
your
guys.
All right, say good night.
Good night. Thank you very
Night.
much.
Thank you. Blessed be. Operation Down of Bar.